There we go. Welcome to the stream, everyone. So, I first going to do one thing. Um, just checking here, blah blah blah. Gonna bring this up soon, and I am going to as well tell you guys another thing. There is a thing I'm going to tell you guys. I'm just gonna turn off the music right now. There we go. So yeah. First off, I am going to present you guys my server. I have made a server where people can come in and so, you know. So I'm going to copy the link right now for you guys to come over and chill. And as well, I'm going soon to enter. First off, I am just listening a little bit here. Okay, you guys can hear me. Good. So I'm going to as well enter a voice chat soon. So I made basically a normal where everyone can join and talk with me. But there are some certain rules on this too. And yes, believe it or not, I have fucking rules. So this is the Discord link where you guys can enter and go inside and so. And I have also called a bot, which means it's a welcomer, it comes and say hello to you guys and so, and it will give you a role quickly so you guys don't need to make me sit here and moderate you guys and do so. And I even have mods too, and I'm going to shout them out. Purple Paw Prince, Empress K, and D-Max. They are the mods I trust the most, and I'm waiting for Aussie as well. Of course, you know, friends, my dearly friends. So, in this episode, I'm going to draw something very special. Now I'm gonna remove that. And now you're gonna see a lot of shit right now. That is my desktop. And I'm gonna move this so you don't need to see double. So here we have it. I'm going to show you guys what's going on right now. I'm thinking to draw and stream today, but before that, I want to ask you a question. Should I draw Kago or Ginseng? Those are OCs of mine, by the way. So I will only have this open for a short time, so you guys can read it basically. I'm gonna prepare in the call in Discord too. So basically I made this server open for everyone who are interested, and it's a community as well. I'm gonna open an art community where you guys can come in, talk, and I can screen, you know, show and everything, have fun with you guys too as well. Because I want to continue. I do love streaming, by the way. I do. And I have been around YouTube before it, you know, long too. So when they started to stream, I was very happy about it. So, just gonna check. Okay. Yes, checking. But I'm not going to show you guys too much of my Twitter. But I'm going to show you guys something very, very odd. I'm going to stream today on my, believe it or not, on my iPad. Why in the world would I stream on my iPad, of all things? Well, you see, it's nothing wrong with my tablet. I have a problem with Clip Studio Paint with my tablet, my PC. So I'm going to show you why. You have seen me drawing before, right? But in Clip Studio Paint here, basically here, it's making it somehow smoother in a certain way. And yes, I paid it, you know, and I see they are focusing more on the iPad compared to the PC and Mac, which I think it is very sucky because before it, they were, you know, PC, Mac users using this too. And they are still working on it. So there will be a so-called second version of it. That means this is the first version of their program. So the second one is going to be very different. So yeah, now maybe you didn't see how much color was, but I'm gonna do more, so it's more easy for you to see. It's more smoother. You can see, because I have a very hard time when it comes to it looks too hard for me. I know it sounds so weird. You can still fix it up and so, but on the iPad it's more easier compared to tablet, PC. So this is an issue from their end, because if I draw, say for example in Krita, for example, I still have more better use for my tablet, but not on PC on Clip Studio Paint, which is sucky $10. I know it's sucky $10. And here's the thing: I had a relationship before with Krita. Krita is more better right now compared to Clip Studio Paint. It's like marrying a fucking. It's a marriage. I would say that it's a fucking marriage. I got some water with me too as well, not to say. Yeah, welcome Finn, by the way, to the server. I'm gonna hop in soon in the voice chat, so you guys can join if you like. Hello. Let me see. I'm just gonna make sure to add en omröstning, en frågestund. I can see there. I can put it there. So I'm gonna put the link there instead, so you guys can see it. You see invite. There we go. So you guys can come in and come in and welcome and everything. Join. There we go. So it should be up here, so you guys can see it for yourself, and it's opening for everyone right now. Just gonna refresh myself and see if it was still working. Yes, there it is. So you guys can join if you like. It's my server, and there are rules too as well. Haha, there are rules. So I'm gonna hop in voice chat. You guys are always welcome to join. There we go. General. Because I'm not going to be the typical who gonna pull in, so I'm so tired. And there is, believe it or not, text voice chat. So you guys, if you don't have it, you can still join, but you can type in voice chat basically. So the first thing I have add is art, where you guys can add there. And of course, no weird things, which the rule says. And you can self-promote yourself in the server too. So you guys are welcome. Welcome. So what I got was, you guys wanted me to draw Kago. I'm going to show you guys something very good for everyone. Hello, Squashian. By the way, you saw I sent you a link, so you're always welcome to my server. Let me see. Man, I need to fix this, because it feels like I still need to work on the Discord because of the rules, the roles and everything. So there are guests, the sheeps and everything. So yeah. Let's see. I'm just gonna check here. Just be careful. I know, Cakes. I know it's you. You're welcome. I know it's you. Yes, if you guys want to know, me and Kate, we know each other from other servers, basically. So if you're wondering, why the heck are you calling her a grandma? Because they know I'm a grandma. You know, if you're over 30, you are technically an old person. In internet rules, you know. So before I'm gonna start and everything, I'm gonna take down Let's View. This is the one I'm using right now. I'm going to show you guys something, which is something very useful for everyone. So Kago who is this character I'm going to draw? It's a character I have had very long time, Kaguichi, but his real name is, shortened Kago. So this is a reference, and you must be wondering, what the heck is this? This program is called Pure Reference. So I'm gonna type it here so you guys can check it for yourself. Oh, there we go. Sorry about the misspelling there. Yes, people are allowed to join the voice chat, Huggy. Just read the rules. No drama in this, because this channel is only for art, nothing else. Even if I'm from commentary community, still I'm gonna set the bars right now. No drama from there. This is my channel, my rules, everything. So, I have placed up a reference right now of the character, how it looked like, So this is the character I'm gonna use. There is the 8 year and the second season is 18. So these other two pictures are when he's a kid. But I was thinking I want to draw him, little more of when he's an adult instead. And yes, you can scroll, you make sure you're following. And these under here are a model, Japanese model. I think his name is Taisuke. Let me see quickly here. The model of him. Oh, I need to look it up. No, his name is Kento Yamasaki. Kento Yamasaki. Very nice guy. The reason I chose him because he has the look as a young person, but even can look rough and everything. I always recommend to check on reference, so too.
Okay, am I coming across well?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
Dude, I literally. Okay, so I just woke up, and the first thing I see on Twitter was like you linking your stream, and I'm like, wow, I just woke up just in time. Wow.
That's
Eh,
good.
I have a question.
Yes.
What is your favorite art piece ever?
Artists. Wow. How to answer that? I mean, if you're wondering artists. I mean, that is a hard question to question because I have a hard time to follow a lot of art. I follow a lot of artists, by the way. I do like certain art from, for example, abstractive or watercoloring, digital, all kinds of stuff like that. Everyone is very different, by the way. But if I'm going to go an art person I do like, wow, oh god, I'm just checking here. So apparently I posted there. Well, art. Oh, it's quite hard to say that. To be honest, I think it's a very hard question to answer that because I like a lot of artists. It depends on how they are going, going and so too. But yeah, but art programs, Clip Studio Paint is always good, and I'm using it now on iPad. If I'm gonna do traditional, I always like to do pencil, kind of like that too. So I'm a typical pencil person.
This I would because the reason why I bring that question up is because I was watching this documentary um regarding an art heist that happened in the United States, where people was taking arts works from Rembrandt, Picasso, and such. And there was one particular piece that I found fascinating. I don't know if you would agree with me. I think it's called Jesus on the Sea of Galilee. Um, it's a wonderful piece if you haven't seen it. It's like Jesus on a boat or a ship, and I could just show it to you in the Discord. But I think it's a wonderful piece.
Yeah, can you place it in, let me see, in the text voice chat?
I'll show you. Hold on.
Mm. So I can see it there from, it's more easier. But, I mean, everyone likes very different art and everything. I do have a one favorite who lives nearby me, by the way. Just gonna bring the book out. Yeah, believe it or not, I have books. Art books. But there is one certain book I have from this artist, which is a collection, an archive collection. And his name is Lars Lerin. Okay, that piece is very nice, by the way. I think it is oil paint, if I'm correct, right?
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah, there is oil paint. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look bad or anything. I think it looks very nice. It has the both sides more likely where the light comes in and then have the dark. And you can basically, I'm gonna show it here on the screen real quick for you guys to see what we are talking about. So this is the picture in hand, and to be honest, it's nothing wrong with it. I think it is a very nice piece where you can see, for example, the background is telling what's going on. And when I say that, it's because you can see they are middle of the ocean. It is a storm coming up, brewing.
Oh, Shanri, you're not. Oh, okay. Maybe because the stream is delayed. Sorry. I tried to interrupt.
No, it's okay. But yeah, basically, it has a very good, atmosphere in it because they're trying to save, themselves to get out of the, from everything. So I think it is a very nice piece, would I say. I have nothing wrong with it. So, yeah, I think it's a good one.
A follow-up question. As an artist, do you believe that there is a set value to a work, or do you think art has no limit to the worth? Like, do you believe it could be priceless?
I mean, it depends on what you're putting up there because what I see in art is basically a memory or what they are trying to tell because artists have hard time to explain themselves. I know it's very funny, even if I drew up that Jessica Pissel have a hard time to say it, but there is a reason because some artists use art to tell a story or basically using a memory wherever and so too. It's nothing wrong with it. I think it is very good to use the platform and say, yeah, this is good, nothing else. And I noticed another thing. So that's, I think it is very, and put a value on it. That's the thing. Most artists, there are certain artists out there too, who basically want to, go into the art industry and earn money. And I will say it, the artist's life, for example, it's not easy. Believe it, it takes time. And some people see art as well relaxing. Depends on, it depends on what you feel. What is the price on the right item? What is it, what you see in life, where to put your price on? Because some people, like my bonus grandmother, for example, she gave me an art piece to me, basically a memory where I still store it to this day. I'm not hanging it up. I know it's very weird, but I want to store it because it has a memory how she viewed on the landscape where we have our summer place, for example. And it's good to use it because then you can see later on how it changed, all kinds of stuff like that. Because it depends on where you're from and where you put your value and your memory. And so I always price my art like, yeah, it's something, fun to show, blah, blah, blah. But I sometimes want to have some of the art as a memory too, before I leaving this earth. I would like to share my art to people to make them happy or whatever, even if people say, oh, but you suck. I said, yeah, but guess what? I know the fucking struggle compared to you. I know some people there, most of the younger generation don't like to hear that, but there are certain artists out there too, believe it or not, who can say very lot of mean words too. To say that, oh, your art sucks and everything, but like, yeah, but guess what? Why don't you try it? That's all I can say. Why don't you try it? Because it's nothing easier. It's not easier these days. And I mean, look, for example, now we have AI, for example. Most people are still debating on it. Is it a good thing or not? I mean, with, for example, the animation was made by a certain YouTuber. I'm not going to name them, but you guys might have heard about it. He monetized it too as well. I think it is wrong because he was using pictures more likely from a movie named Vampire Hunter D, which is well-made animation by a Japanese animator. And he had made, Ninja Scroll, all kind of stuff like that. And when they were using the materials, to make an animation of it, to be honest, it looked horrendous. I'm sorry to say it. It looks very horrendous. But in a certain time, I think we are going to use that in the film industry too, because what is so easy to animate, what isn't? Because they are still developing to this day. There are a lot of, shit going on right there too. Some people even have placed out stuff, for example, like where to say it? Well, certain things more likely, like their job industry, for example, in animation, it's not that good. That I can say that is still worse. So there are certain people out there trying to help the animation creators, because they are working their asses off, etc., etc. There are even some people get fired very easily and get replaced by. So it depends on what you're saying, and art is hard in a certain way. Where you want to land it or not depends on. And I do follow certain people when it comes to animation, art. A lot of them. Nermark, for example, is a very good artist, by the way, and an animator who made SpongeBob the animation, the anime of SpongeBob. Believe it or not, because of that and what happened to him, he got a job in the anime industry. So he's an animator for people in Japan right now. So if you're gonna price for your things, you need to show certain things. I'm just gonna say it's a hard market, depends on. Yeah. So what else can I tell you guys about it? It's like yeah.
That was very well said. I appreciate that.
Mm. You see, I'm just gonna use the reference. You're wondering what I'm doing right now. Sometimes it's very good to fix up the picture a little bit more better, so it doesn't look too dumb.
Okay.
Yeah.
I went okay for a little bit. I just know that one of the topics you brought up was AI arts. Dude, anytime I see it, I think of. I feel like AI realistically should have just been used for memes instead, or stuff to just funny stuff in general. But
Mm-hmm.
instead now it's being used because like lazy people just can't draw a circle at all. So instead they're just like, okay, I'm gonna put some like fancy buzzwords in a like little program, and it's gonna try to generate everything. Meanwhile, fucking up every single hand possible because it's unable to tell the difference between a fist and someone pointing. Um, I just find like people using AIR unironically, like as like unironically. I just find those people to be completely stupid and honestly don't even deserve to be like if they go to the result of AI art, then screw it. I don't think you should actually be involved in art, period. Because it's like not only is AI art like extremely easy to freaking do, most of it just looks bad because you can't really teach a computer to do something new unless if you act, which by the way, actually teaching a computer to do shit and actually like coding that shit in, yeah, that takes a lot more effort than putting a couple buzzwords into a program.
Mm-hmm.
Actually making the AI able to understand like all of this stuff is a little bit more impressive than like, oh, I'm gonna go to this like generic AI website, type in Homer Simpson stopping 9/11 or whatever. Like I could just type that in and boom, it will like generate something that's supposed to look like it.
Mm-hmm.
And even then it's not gonna be good because it's either like distorted as all hell or it's clearly just a bunch of fan art being ripped from the internet. And that's what I hate about it the most. You can clearly tell that some of it was based off certain imagery that already exists. I remember at one point that I typed in Donald Trump winning the WWE Championship, and some of the images that were brought up, I immediately recognized a couple of them being actual images of Trump, the WWE Championship, and even Monday Night Raw. I can immediately like recognize. Wait a minute, I recognize that image. It's like, unless if you're just using it for memes, I really just find it a little bit weird that people would unironically like use a generated shit as like actual like artwork, and I. And the fact that like apparently it was used in like art competitions and won is so disgusting.
Yeah.
I can make the argument for AI art. The AI art in its most simplicity is it is parallel versions of ourselves if you would request a self-portrait of yourself. Like if you were to ask AI to make a AI version of you, it would be coming out completely different. And one an astronaut, one as a smart person, so on and so forth. So on the topic of is it kosher to have AR art in the wild while you have talented artists like Shinri in the midst, I would say that it is everyone has space to thrive in a sense. Because think of it like this: for the lazy people that for people that don't have the capability to have connections with other people, to actually talk with people and whatnot, AI art is the most beautiful thing they could have because all they have to do is just pay the program to do what they want. Now, on the downside of that, you might not get what you want, exactly what you want. Now, if you have, but then if you go to the road of a human artist, you get exactly what you want. You get revisions. You get, you get to revise the final work. But again, there's another pitfall to it that unlike AI, if you pick the wrong artist, that artist could take your money and not uh, pr- produce what you want. Meanwhile, with AI, at least you pay for something. You're not getting stiffed out of your money at the end of the day. So there is a balance between AI and art and human artists, and the best way that talented human artists can combat AI artists is as a
Hi, Petra.
collective. Artists cannot be shitty to unsuspecting patrons. Granted, there are patrons that are ungratefully shitty to the artists, not paying them, not giving them credit for work. But on the whole, there are artists that do shady things too. So, as I said, it's a battle at this point.
Mm. Um, I can tell you one thing, which I think I know some people gonna be very odd when I say this. AI art should be used as a reference.
Actually, you're not exactly wrong because I was
Mhm.
actually going to make the argument of like, okay, like at least with AI art, you get a sort of idea of what something could look like. Like, for example, my little Donald Trump WWE Championship one.
Mm.
If for some reason you want to draw that, you at least have a program that could somewhat generate an idea for you to take, like maybe where Trump is standing, maybe where how big the belt is, maybe where the arena is, stuff like that. It's not perfect, but at least it's an idea and a little bit of a reference of what character should be in. That I think is honestly a better way to use AI art than just generating it and just pretending like, oh, it's all cool and all.
Mm.
I just I think I was trying to like understand like what Huddy Bear, whatever the hell, Huddy Bear was saying regarding like the whole, oh, if you got the wrong artist thing. I just gotta like ask, like, okay, so well, I think wouldn't that be technically your fault for finding the wrong artist for the job or something? I know that sounds a little bit weird, but it's like when you were bringing that up, I'm like, well, it's kind of your fault for not, looking. I guess not researching like the best artist for the job or whatever. Which I know that sounds absolutely mean. But I don't know. It's just like when it comes to like commissioning artists, I feel like it's just best to go with the ones you actually like. I feel like if you're going to like commission people, I say just like follow them for a bit, and then if it's like, oh, they're open, or it's like, oh, if they're open or they have a slot ready, I guess then you can go in and commission them. Like, to me, it just seems a little bit better to commission like artists you actually pay attention to.
Yeah,
That's
Mm.
no, you're not wrong about that. Of course, there is culpability on both sides of the fence, but
okay.
there have been instances where there's great communication back and forth. Okay, we're ready to go. Okay, I have the first revision. Okay, and then at some point, either A, the artist is want for a commission, but they don't want to lose the commission, so they string along the person just so they could keep keep the job, or B, they just don't care. And again, it like I said, there's culpability on both. But at the same time, if you're taking someone's money, okay, and you don't see the shoe on the other foot thing where if this happens to you, how would you feel about it? See, at least with AI, it's cold, calculating. It doesn't care about your feelings. Now I would have want a true official place and not the Instagram or uh, Google Play Store apps. Now, if there is an official website where you could go to, then I will recant that little part. But as I said, when it comes to, it's going to get to a point that the generation that we are living in will not be able to learn what good artist or good artwork is all about. Like, for instance, Shanri posts a lot of her sheep stuff. She posts a lot of her Ultra Instinct stuff. Like, the art is fantastic. Like, the shit should belong in a museum, and I'm not just saying this because I'm in a Discord, but it's really fucking good, and that should be cherished all throughout. But then we have a new person that sees AI stuff, AI generated artwork, or they have these people below their expectations of what art should be. Then it's hard for honest workers like Shanri, like other artists I personally know, that could get good work coming to them if they do decide to have their conventions open. And it's just all about the laziness. It's affordability, it's laziness, and it's like, I don't care what my vision is. I just want something there. Like, for you, Phone, I see that your avatar is a wolf. Is it a wolf or is it?
Okay. I gotta fucking correct this. First off, the name is Fawn. Fawn. But
Fawn,
most
okay.
it's Fawn, but of course my real is just Finn. But regarding my avatar, it's actually not a wolf. It's supposed to be based off of a freaking dragon, but if I'm going to be honest, it looks more like a rabbit or some variation of it. So yeah, he's supposed to be based off of a dragon, but sometimes he looks like a bunny or a rabbit. But that's like the first time I've actually had someone say, "Oh, it looks like a wolf."
Well, okay, so a dragon. Let's just say, for argument's sake, it's a dragon.
Okay.
You want new artwork, right? You
Yes.
don't care about what it is, right? So you go to AI and then you decide, I want a dragon. It gives you a dragon. If you don't care about your vision that much regarding your brand and whatnot, you just take it for what it is. Okay, I'll take it. F it, right? So I just look, places like in TwitchCon where they have artist alleys, other conventions where they have artist alleys. I think that's where you could see where true creativity is born and resides. And as I said, when it comes to like the painting I showed, it just, when you allow your imagination to run wild and wild and allows you to not be challenged, you get great stuff. And yeah, I just hope that more people can go and appreciate work done by hand or via app. Wait, Shanri, do you use a tablet or do you use?
Right
I mean,
now, I'm using my iPad, which is almost like a drawing tablet. So yeah, but I'm gonna say one thing when it comes to certain things. Yes, there are a few things where it gets scary on this. The reason I'm using a digital art is, first of all, I want to save the papers. I want to save the papers. I want to save the trees. First of all, my father is landowner. You cannot use lumberjack anymore here in Sweden. You're a landowner now. So basically, you you have to sadly do traditional art if you're gonna enter art schools, for example, because they don't appreciate when it comes to digital at all. It's still the same till this day, and almost I feel this discussion is almost like, you know, is AI, okay with it, or is it accepted? It's almost like the talk about school art, is digital accepted or not? They are still, using that talk still, believe it or not. So I basically want to see more artwork in digital. I really like it because it's more easier, it's more clearer, and it more helps people to see. Believe it or not, there are certain artists out there who started with digital first, but they go back to traditional too. And some who started with traditional first, they get interested in digital. We artists, we love to try something new, not always stick in the same thing, because an artist is always looking for something else all the time. Try something new. What is your strength? What is your weakness and everything? And with the AI, for example, I really see it as well. In a certain way, it's lazy. It takes other people's work, what they have been working many, many years, to learn from the beginning how the fundamentals and everything. You still, when you are in school, for example, you are learning fundamentals, perspective and everything, but what makes you an artist? It's your style. And that is your brand. That is you, basically. And when certain people steal that, the thing is, I'm gonna be very honest. When it comes to artists who like, certain art and everything, we try always something new. We look into other artists, how they were working, and how they, continue with this. Some younger artists, for example, have always asked the other, bigger artists, how did you go through it, and can you give me a tip or anything? That's the thing. If it wasn't that kind of talk from the start of the internet, why do you see many people in this community, in the art community, why they are evolving very quickly? And this is the still people are like, oh, they're evolving too quickly, they don't understand art. No, they sat down and listened to the artists who gave them tips and everything, how to continue. But even so, I can tell you another thing when it comes to AI art and so. Yeah, it is a certain laziness. There are some new artists, even they see it themselves. It is very lazy, because what gives it reward when you're drawing? Of course, it gives you a reward because you get to learn about color scheme, everything like that, because you accomplish something in your art. Not only that, for those people who only draw, hobby or something like that, they use this as a relax, to relax, sit down, certain things. That is where I see an artist's job, or whatever you want to call yourself. Because I was supposed only to do hobby, but I did thrive very long where I came from. Basically, I was still wanted to do art. And right now, I can tell you, because of what my journey has been, I went to movie school, for example, where I read movie history, learning more into the media and so too, when it comes to camera, video editing, everything like that. And I see the evolvement right now till, 20 years ago, whatever. It has been very quickly. It has been very quickly that we start to learn more things and do and so. And it's nothing wrong to share something, This is where it gets very difficult to say it, but AI people who do AI art, some of them do not understand the perspective when it comes to go into art and learn the journey there. They are like, yes, gonna do that. And I will say this, if you are that kind of person who thinks you're going to earn money from stealing people's art and everything, you're fucked. I'm sorry to say, because recently, the American Copyright Foundation, I think it is, because there was an artist posting out on Twitter about this, that a certain comic apparently was AI generated is not okay. They basically said no, that it's a lot of copyright because it was using one picture over 150 pictures in one, for example. So it's still debating till this day what is good, what is not good, what could it lead to, certain other things. It's almost like when we artists, basically, when we are doing work, it end up more likely to, you know, there are certain people, very big artists, who get their art, for example, stolen, or they are shared, to get money for Instagram, for example. That's one of them. Basically, some younger generation steal picture, or the best case to look into this is with Aaron Carter. Sorry, he's passed away and everything. And there will be a lot of him this year, I'm going to say, because apparently, I know I'm dragging into drama right now, but here's the thing. We artists do not see him as a bad person. It is sad he died very young, even so, but the artist who had a court case with him, even he was forgiving him too. He didn't want him to die or, get into this path that he went through. Not at all. So, in a certain way, he is one of the biggest examples. I think his name is Jonas. Let me see. Jonas. Yeah, Jonas Jördecke. I'm gonna post his name here so you guys can see it in. His name is Jonas Jördecke. When I say Jördecke, because it is spelled with a Ö, and some people believe, first of all, it's Swedish or something. No, he's apparently from Germany. So he's using Ö as, So, our Aaron Carter is not the first person who have stole art from him at all. Madonna is one of them too, who basically stole his work long time ago. He couldn't take them to the court, but he took Aaron Carter to court. So this guy, and this thing is, I really like this guy. He have made a very strange journey, and I do like his work. He's drawing a lot of animals, so too, But I think it is very good to look into this, because if you are an AI person, you should know about Jonas Jördecke and Aaron Carter case, because that did put a turn for us artists, because we have been struggling in many years that people are using our art without commission or anything like that. So when AI came just a few years ago, just after the court case, it felt like a slap right into our faces. Like, wow, well, that's nice. That's nice. I mean, thank you very much. But what is this new media then? So many artists felt like this is, a new slap across the face. Certain so too. So yeah, it was, for example, I see right now when you're doing AI art, when you're using a rabbit painted over, this is very lazy, would I say, because believe it or not, you can even see they're using photographs too. So the bot is basically using search engine looking up the whole internet where you have posted. So, yeah.
And on that, I actually want to try something. So, I just decided to do that to see, okay, so this is, how bad it is. But now I have an... So, the thing that this it reminds me of, in PixArt, there's, a you can throw on, and it's, you can throw, a little, a style or whatever. If for some reason one of them is labeled Nightcore and another's, Shades of Grey. It's like an AI effect, really, now thinking about it. But basically, What I should have actually done this while you were talking. I'm actually going to grab an image of a couple rabbits, and I'm just going to use the same effect from it. So rabbits, images, just save random ones. We'll just go with this guy, and we'll go with this guy. If I can get the freaking image. There we go. Open up PixArt, and I'm just going to use some colorful effects. And I just wanted to see if maybe if there's a little bit of a difference. Let's see. Oh my god, you compare. Oh my god.
You found something very interesting, didn't you?
It just looks so stupid. These are like two different freaking effects. Okay, I'm posting them in text VC because it's so okay. So all I did here was grab two rabbit images and I threw them in PixArt and threw like effects on. These look like exactly what the AI imagery would like do, especially like some in the middle and the middle row. Like
Yeah, I'm gonna show you guys. Now you guys will see. Oh no, there is staff mode and nothing, but don't care about it. Okay. But yeah, let me see. Just gonna make sure. This is the new picture he basically took. And there's the small one, yeah. So basically, even I can see it. This is basically found very easily on Google, you know, with image and everything. So yeah, even I can see it. And the reason I said it here, because I saw it. Fuck, I didn't mean to. Oh my god!
Yeah.
I didn't notice right now. I'm gonna show you guys. This is a bigger picture
Yeah,
of this too. But look
yeah,
at this
one of them's
rabbit
like
here.
super tiny.
No, it looks like anime eye here. Look at the eyes, for example. You will see it here. And this is basically painted. You can see it looks like food and everything. The ass right here is look like a nose. I'm not kidding. Look at it.
Oh my god! Wait a minute! Oh my god! Wait, the first one, the face is like completely messed up. The eye looks like it has like a. The eye looks like it's supposed to have like a giant, like massive, angry eyebrow, but they completely forgot about it. And
it has a nose ass. What?
And his ass. It's not even on his ass. It's on his freaking hip.
Oh my god. Yeah, I see a lot of animation eyes, and I'm sorry to say, I know some people will be like, but it's still animation, you know? But yeah, but I mean, this picture for here, for example, the last one down in the row to the left, this is art. That I could consider it art, because you can see some people have been messing around and so, and there is the rabbit. I see that as art.
Yeah, the second row is a lot better compared to like all the others.
But
it actually never was created, but then again, it's still AI art. So,
but I see as well back here as well. I'm gonna say it. It has a strange shadow with. You can see it here because there is one big shadow, but when you see shadow up here, this is where it gets concerning, because you can see for other here, this one doesn't have shadow. It have only shadow here. So this is where it gets more lazier. This is cropped out. Even I can see it, you know.
Oh.
And it's very sad to see. I want to see as a reference. I'm more likely AI should be only used for reference, because in an industry when it comes to art, both for animation or movies, I think it could be very useful to get ideas for people to draw, have fun, yada yada yada. But but using, for example, that is not okay. So yeah, I know it's very fun, but Pepper is laughing like, oh my god, because I was aiming. I'm sorry, I have to bring it out because that fucking nose ass, that is
I didn't.
huge.
To be honest, I didn't even notice it because of how tiny it was. But then, like, of course, you zoom in and you see all these issues. In fact, this is like the big issue that, or this is kind of a common thing when it comes to the program I use, which was Crayon, Crayon AI.
Mm.
The thing with that is that it was like to me it was like the original like AI art like pro or website, and it was like Dolly Mini or so, but then of course it kind of like fell off and all. But regarding like it now, it just kind of exists. So it's like it kind of works as a perfect example to show like, well, how much more AI art can be. But at least with like going back to the rabbits, the second row you could tell is like taking like random images of rabbits, but at least the rabbits are somewhat feasible as animals. But then you get to the top one and it's like one of them is completely deformed. One almost looks good, but still it's weird. And then the other one towards the end looks like a kid's drawing of a rabbit, just randomly taken and then just like plastered with pink and blue.
Mm.
And then like the bottom part is like, okay, another rabbit that looks completely ribbed, but at least it looks like, hey, at least someone attempted to paint over it. Another one is clearly just a rabbit getting cropped out, thrown some random like Pixar effect on, and then plastered with blue, green, and pink, and a little bit of orange. And then the last one to the left is literally just it's literal color vomit, but part of it's cut out to make a rabbit. It is so weird to just get these examples. Like the only reason I went with for that example is because that's like the best way I can describe Fawn. And obviously, I was not expecting something like Fawn, but man, I did not expect this shit. It's like so painfully obvious to tell that some of these are ripped, but it's also like, wait a minute, they're actually like painted over, but they still look messy. What the hell? But to be fair, expecting messy shit from AI is kind of obvious now, but it's kind of expected. But man, it's so weird to just get like a good example of all that shit.
Mm-hmm. I'm just going to do a little thing right now. I'm gonna take a so-called little small break. Don't worry, guys. I will return and think. Don't worry about it. But I have to take a shit. I'm sorry if you guys have to hear it.
Oh,
But
wow.
I need to take a shit. So, but after when I have taken my powder my nose, I want to show you guys art, from the viewers. So if you have more, add it more in. It is in art. You can self-promote yourself and everything. So don't be afraid to share it if you guys have it. And join the Discord. By the way, if you look on the top on YouTube questions and everything, there is the Discord link you guys can enter. Say hello and remember to read the rules. So if you guys excuse me, I'm just gonna go and yeah, don't do anything stupid, guys. Okay, be right back.
Okay. Oh wait, I didn't realize the freaking wait. Okay, so the rules are there's absolutely nothing in there. Right.
Okay, before I'm going, would you like me to turn you off? Mute yourself to listen to music.
I can deafen.
Okay, good. Okay, guys, be right back. Don't do anything stupid, okay?
You're back.
There, I'm back. Give me a second. Can deafen myself. Deafen that. So I'm back. Yes, so you guys know, Purple is taking notes right now. She's making sure that to see how many times I'm going to the bathroom. You know, I know it's some weird, but here's the thing: every time when I do stream together with the girls and the women recording, there are some certain ways, but now we don't need to worry about that, okay? We don't need to worry about the shit jokes right now. So now I was thinking, sure, we could show you every art everyone has. So if you have more, I'm just reading right now what you're writing. Can you explain read message history for rules?
Okay, so basically on Discord, regarding like channel permissions, let me see. So for channel permissions, you can turn on something called read message history. And basically what it means is it allows members to read previous messages sent in the chat. If the permission is disabled, members only see messages sent when they are online and focus on this channel.
Okay.
So like if you put in like a new rule or whatever and someone's like directly focusing on that channel, yeah, they're basically going to be the only ones able to see the rules. But if you turn read message history, it actually allows the entire it allows people to see every message from that channel. So like for example, with my server, you get from the rules, you get like the 4 rules from it, and then the invite, or the official invite, really.
Okay.
Just a little example about that.
Okay.
So yeah, I was just wondering if that was like turned on or whatever, because
I can fix it a little later. Still, it's new, but still, I'm gonna say it. Yes, you guys know, D-Max is still a boomer. I'm older than him, but even I put that out. I took in Welcomer, a bot, basically. He can help me a little bit with coding and so. And I felt like, yeah, I need that, because that bot can help and make auto that you get a role, that you're a guest and you can talk, etc., which is more easier. But now I'm gonna show you guys all the art who was sent in, so you guys can see who's in here. For example, Finn, he made, it looks like milk cartage.
Yeah, so some context regarding that carton thing. So when Ice for Breakfast was still on Twitter, she held this like little raffle or whatever. And basically it was, she wanted people to create like their own like transparent milk cartons, because at that point she was like drawing stuff versions of that for like RFC, Diorio, and Turkey Tom, for example. So what I did was I wanted to do one because the little reward was to possibly get art from Ice for Breakfast, and of course I love her style. So I decided to try one. The thing with this one is that this took a lot longer than really it should, because the thing is, it's supposed to be transparent. So like I have to try my best to make sure, like, you know, at least it looks like a carton,
I do like it because it has a challenge in it, and this is where I think it is very good to have so-called challenge in it. And Scorching, I see I didn't get around finishing mine. There
was like a couple things that got done. I did the only people, if I remember correctly, I know that Sleepy Service won the whole thing, so like she did hers, but then like some others was like iPod Nation. I think Planet for Weirdos did one. I could be wrong. I doubt she did. But like there was like a couple other like suggestions and all, and then like Sleepy won and got her little thing, which okay, cool. It's unfortunate that Eyes is on Twitter anymore or anywhere, to my knowledge, but you know, it was at least cool to like do that. It's actually probably the only like art I could think of at this moment that I'm like genuinely like fine with.
I can tell
Um,
you one thing, if I'm gonna be very honest here. I do like one thing because I know you've been talking about struggling art and everything, but here you can see you have been following one thing when it comes to prospecting and everything, that you're following the forms basically. You can see here, for example, up here, it looks like a rooftop. Depends on if you are a bird view. When it comes to bird view, you see that thing and everything, and you're following the circle, the square, for example, and follow it, which I think is very good. Up here, for example, I'm gonna give you a tip here. Up here, it has another form here. It has a little so-called the circle, the turn. Next time when you can think about it, have a little turn there, because if you look in a milk carton, you will see it has almost like it, but it has a form. So if you make it more little like that, you will see a little more better when it comes to 3D perspective. So I still think it's a very good one, would I say. Now we're going to the other art from Cakes, by the way. A friend of mine, by the way, from other servers, and I know it's from Darkstalkers, and they've been drawing traditional. We can see it here. Very easy to see it up here. It's from an art book, basically. Drawing Dragon Ball, drawing their characters, how they look, learning that thing. They are. This is where I do like. It reminds me so much of my old art. I'm going to show you guys that too. the bad art, I'm gonna say it, because it's good for me to show you guys I have been there too. I have been there, and it takes some time. Android here, girl, nothing. Now we have Squashin' Among Us. Oh, Among Us.
the Among Us, and then
And Captain, what's his called again? The picture of from Paris
and it's,
Caribbean.
and
David
it's
Jones.
David.
David Jones,
Yeah,
exactly
yeah,
that.
David.
And I can see, for example, she's still, I like her as well. Her style is very unique too, believe it or not. Squashin's art is good. I'm gonna say it because I have seen more than you think. Since we are a part of now recording too, we are me, Squashin, and Rom are the three artists. We have a tribute on that too as well. So we are one of the three. But I hope Matt is going to add in Cat too, because she's part of ours now too as well. I'm just saying.
I thought Chad was already like added to the now recording like art team or so.
I mean, okay. So I'm gonna bring up my bad art. Oh my god. I feel like, I need to show this. Oh no. Oh, you guys gonna hate it in a certain way, but I have to. Because even if I'm embarrassed, and this is where we talked the last time, that it's good to look back on your old art where you have progress. And I know some people don't like to show that or anything like that because. Oh, sorry about that. Sorry. Let's see if I find it here. I gotta go very further down, and I mean further down. But I can still say it till this day that I am proud of my artwork. Believe it or not, I am very proud. So see, this is from 16. I think I take the 12. It's more easy to see that. If I find a certain picture of it. And believe it or not, I am proud that I have to learn from the start to make characters and so, their movements and so, even if I don't do, animation, but I got to learn about the mechanics and still trying to draw how they are going to pose, different. So we have been there. It's a good learning too there too. But where can I find a good picture without it's gonna look very strange? No, not that one. Let's see. Oh, this is one, 2013. I think No, I'm gonna show that it's not good. I'm just gonna save it and open it instead. It's more easier. So, men kom hit. Kom hit. Here for an example. Here's a very big example. 2012 was the beginning I started to do, artwork. With, try to learn perspective and thing. And values, for example, when it comes to digital art. And you can see it here. You can almost think, you draw it yourself. Well, I use reference. That's the thing. I use reference. And I still one of my likable because you can see here I was very afraid to do long lines. So I did, shortening and everything. This is one of the styles you can have if you want to make. But it's still in a certain bit, little more, weird on that. So I'm going to take it down. Going to look for another one. That is a very good example where you can see me have drawn weird shit. And I can recommend you guys, there is one certain picture I want to share and show.
Okay. I saw the little bird one on stream. It's not bad.
Some of you have seen this, or at least the other version of it.
No. Let's see.
I'm gonna see. Can I get that one? And from.
Oh God. Bruh moment. Bruh.
Yeah. So you see,
What?
okay, you have an idea there, but it looks very special. But here comes the idea when I made it. As a good idea, where I started to do a little more fun with it. Exactly, Squashin, the bird wing I saw it right now with it looks charcoal. So yeah, I'm sorry guys, you have to see the Drama Llama, but now you understand where it came from. I tried to do something very fun, and then I used the new one. And believe it or not, you can buy it as a shirt. I have one shirt to it myself. I'm gonna later on bring it up in another thing because this is one of my very good ones I do like. Drama Llama. Let's see if I find another one. For example, that is bad, and I say bad. Oh, there is so many things I want to show. Oh, believe it or not.
Oh God.
You sound very nervous here. Like, oh fuck, what is she going to
I don't
show?
know. Something feels weird.
Okay. I have one, which is very good. As a character, you would see very difference here. This one. This is a character I've been doing as well. You can see it's very amateur, and it's back in 2012. Fuck. Okay, I can take it out later on. And it looks like, looks cool and everything. I have the little better picture of him. And to make it, it doesn't stay to, way cartoony in a certain way and so too. And I'm sorry if I'm a little bit like, oh, I need to do that. So, this is the version of him right now, how he looks. How I evolved from he looks like back then till now. Now you can see I evolved from he looks weird in a certain way, but now he looks very different. He looks, at least he's more older. Because in the other one he looks he looks weird in a certain way. And the snake have changed too. Looks more like a hare, a hare character. And the armor. I have look it up with reference, for example, how an armor looked like, what it looks like, and saddles. Then we have drawing it, so coloring and everything. But like another family member said, when they saw that, they was like, it looks so different compared 2012. I was like, yeah, it does, because I've been training. I've been training to learn a little more about where to follow when it comes to nose, eyes, and their movements, and so too. That's one way to put it. So you can see from the newest one to the old one, yeah, it does look different. Let me see. Oh, I have a lot. And I say a lot of pictures. I basically gonna see. Oh, yeah. Oh, you. Okay. I have a
Okay.
picture of another character, which I'm not so very proud of.
No.
But it looks so horrendous. It's this guy. This is Yato. And he looks horrible. So
Okay.
many ways.
Come on. Do it. I'm a little bit behind on the stream.
Yeah, it has a little lag too as well. I'm sorry, guys. You guys have.
Oh my lord, his arm is freaking massive.
Yes, I know. It's like, oh my god. So you see, wow. Are you sure you're that? You know. So there is the new one I made 2019, and it looks much more better. Believe it or not. He looks much better. Much more better. This is
Good.
one of my favorite characters to do as well. The reason I say that is
Oh yeah, it's hella better. way better. Oh my god. At least one of his arms is like longer, like towards his ankles.
Exactly. So now you have seen that, but I'm gonna show you another one I made earlier today. I still follow, his look and everything, and I have been drawing earlier together with the D-Max. I made him as a Tuffle for the giggles, and I add my character in too, together with Hellfire's character, Abrax. So as you guys can see, this is where it gets more fun. I do like to do these drawings, to see how they interact with each other. You can see a little more story of it. You see he's like, Yato standing there like all drunk and like saying it, idiot. It's more like thinking idiot. And the other one is like, oh, I love this one, la la la. Then you see the other one, the third one, Abrax, like, you should take my advice, motherfucker. Take my advice. No.
I have no comment on this.
I know some people don't like that kind of stuff, but it has at least a little story behind it. Like, we see this moment is going to get very, very bad. I sometimes it's very good to do this kind of joke about, and I would say this is very good training too for you guys who want to learn about situations. Basically, tell a little story about it, characters, what they are doing, blah blah blah. It doesn't need to be very, you can make it more final later on, but I would always say do something very simple, tell the story for the giggles.
I was just saying, like, my no comment is like based off something completely different outside of the advice. That's what I meant.
Okay, let me see another one, and I say another one, and I do have a picture of one character I made a redraw of. If I can find him here. And it started to look more better and better because I was curious in a certain way. See if I have him here around. And this is a very good example. Very good example from this is way 2008 to 2014. You can see basically, and those who doesn't understand this reference, it's, you know, I do like Kingdom Hearts, or used to like Kingdom Hearts. And yeah.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, it's question. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, those picture. Ooh, hello. I do like it.
Ooh.
I'm gonna show it if it is okay for you, Squash, and I can show it to you. But yeah, this is where I started to be like. I started 2012 with digital, and 2014. You see, I start to realize I need to work on this. I need to work how it looks like and the materials, all kind of stuff like that. And the pipe, for example, certain things. So it takes time. It depends on how quick you are, and I don't say it's better or anything like that. So yeah, question: if you like me to put a picture up, okay, I will show it then. And this is a very good example. And I'm very proud to see that she have noticed it from her art. And it's good to save them. I'm always saying it, save them, because it's for your own sake, where you can go back and study a little bit how it looks more darker here, for example, and then lighter. And it depends on. I still like it, by the way. I do, and I really like it because this is from this one. This is where it gets more easier to see full, fleck colors. This is where I do like it, where you can start to see it has shadow in it too. You can see it's shadow, very
Mm-hmm.
soft here. This is where I think it is very good, because if I'm right, Squasham, I'm not going to be. Oh, 18, that's nice. Yeah, because you can see it yourself. Yeah, I think it's very good that you save this, because you can see back what have I done, what can I learn from it, yada yada yada. I know some people don't like to save their art, but here's the thing, it is good to save it, to see where you have progressed your artwork more better. Much more better. And this is why I say it to you, Finn. You need to see it yourself, because I know it's never fun to see that and so. But I'm gonna show you another artwork I did. I don't usually do a lot of fan arts, and some people gonna ask me, why the fuck don't you do a fan art? Well, you see, it depends on what kind of fan art I have done, and one of them is here. All Hail the Queen, which is from Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger, very easy, the Queen. This is where I basically said, yeah, I need to do this. And it was very fun to use. To do this kind of thing, something in the background, this 2015, and how I
Oh.
started to really learn a little more how to make it a little more effective and so. So if you want to do art and everything, just remember one thing. Background should be your storytelling. The character you have is the one who's in the story. It's more easier to learn about something in the background. And if you want to learn more background, you need to learn about the colors of the background. Because if you can look, for example, here it looks more dark, it's more closer to you. Then you have the middle ground, the middle pictures, and behind it, it looks very far away in a certain way, but a little more, how to say it, glacier, more different, yeah. Exactly, Squashin, with when you said it pops up more when it's certain things. So, and yeah, I add a little more white here, certain thing you can see her hair, and so the glow, But here I do like it the most because you can see the glow here, here, and here. But it doesn't affect here because it's not very close. So I think I'm going to wrap it up here, so you guys can take it easy and everything. But I'm gonna still draw the character, but behind 4, so you guys can at least see from the talk and everything where I've been drawing. It looks good. I still need to work on a few things like the hand, for example, what he's gonna do, a little more in the face. This is where it gets more interesting when you can start to prepare how to fix things. If you like the stance or not, but I'm just showing it because I want to do a redraw of the character to look a little more like an 18-year-old guy. So it looks like, you know, oh shit, I forgot about that. I'm gonna take this down again. Bloof. So I have my reference. I want to go back here because I made it 2015, this character, where he looks from, when he's small little runt from season 1, you know, from my story. I'm gonna talk a little later on about that. And when he's getting older. I always like to do characters who are younger and older. You know, where you can see how they evolve and so. And that is a part of art too. You need to see how you grow, evolve, yada yada yada. So I'm gonna hop off from the call.
Okay.
So you can hang around and everything, but I'm gonna have my last talk. So you take it easy, Finn, okay?
You too.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.
There we go. So, before I'm ending and everything like this, I'm gonna say one more thing. If you are looking for a reference, like this one I'm using here, which I always like to do, I will say this program is named Pure Ref. You can see it. I'm gonna add it here on the chat so you guys can look for it, where you can use it to make a character. You know, what character, what it looks like, what clothing, you know, as ideas. This is okay to do it. Then you can click here and save it. I'm gonna just show you guys. I have other, okay. I will save as them. So you guys can see I have others here too. Now we see, wait a minute, Boblax, Masaki, and Dino, huh? I'm gonna open them. I'm gonna open, let's see, load. I'm gonna use the Dino concept here so you guys can see where I was using this character. I made it too as well back in the days. Let me see. Oh, sorry. I made this one 2014, my character, but there is a dino. But here is a good example where you can look it up, what it should like, you know, it looks like a dino a certain way. You can see and use this as a reference. There are artists who made it, you know, how they see it, or models, for example. And I know I'm going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But you need to look for what size it is and everything. And I always recommend this program. For you can have around it, play around with it, yada, yada, yada. So there I'm closing it. And this is a very good thing for you if you're going to learn a little more better in art, if you need reference or so. And this is very easy to handle too as well. So I always recommend it to every artist who wants to learn, you know, to find something. You can use it, you know, looking for colors, yada, yada, yada. So, now, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say this. You guys take it easy. Don't do anything stupid, because I would do the stupid things. Yes, you know, I always do that. Always do that. You guys have a great day.